episode of The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 3. So yeah, for now, let's dive on in. So overall, all the episodes were good, and some of them were okay, and then some were flat out awesome. But yeah, I will link my review for season 3 if you guys want to check it out in the description below. So we're going to be kicking off my least favorite episode of The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon season 3. Episode 3. My summary of this episode, it was very, very boring. I think honestly they could put it in 5 or 10 minutes in another episode and shebang. Because this episode is really pointless to have as an episode per se. Instead of having 7, they should have kept it with 6. Like I said, they could just cram this much of it in another episode per se, like a beginning of episode ish was. You can get out of it. It is Christina, the girl, volunteering herself to replace the other girl for the whole King of Spain scenario. Paz is with her girlfriend, ladylike, whatever, and Daryl is just on the mission to find ways to fix the boat. That is just a summary of that episode, and I see the pointless in this episode, so that is why it's on my least favorite episode. Episode 1 is the premiere of the Daryl Dixon season 3. It was another episode. It was really tied into the least one because once again, it was very, very just pretty much Daryl and Carol trying to find a way to get back home. They wind up in England and stuff, meet this dude, and he gets killed off because he dies in a boat crash, and they wind up in Spain and stuff, and Carol started something about a hot dog and all that, but it was very boring, and I was kind of excited to see about the England because it's another place and stuff, but it just felt. Episode 2. So we see Daryl and Carol of the aftermath of episode 1 with the shipwreck and them being somewhere new. They come across the girl and boy and stuff because Carol is injured and they are trying to escape of their town. We find out later on about this whole King of Spain situation, and they pretty much Daryl forced their hand to go back because they didn't want to. But yeah, we found out the early stage of King of Spain that they trade their weapons and supplies for girls, and I thought when I saw that, it was red flags, like I was with Carol. Red flags, what the fuck? So I thought that was very weird. So 7, this is the finale for the Daryl Dixon season 3. I really enjoyed this finale. I mean, there's some point of it was stated obvious of a lot of stuff. I think the highlight out of this episode was them reintroduced again Cordon. He was a big character in French place, like season 1 and season 2, and I really enjoyed it. That I'm glad they brought him back because he left in the finale of season 2 as a cliffhanger for him, and I couldn't wait to see what he is going to be like in season 4. And like I said, the state of obvious was it would all revolve around the boat scene. Well, with the episode 1, Daryl finds the boat, Carol finds the boat, and this dude has the boat, crash it, and then throughout the whole season, they're trying to fix it to build it and go back to America, and they feel like they're so close, and the boat catches on fire, and it's just like, yeah, you had a stink in the back of your mind, but they're going to be stuck in Spain in season 4. They really state the obvious about the boat, that the boat would have to be gone in some shape or form. Other than that, Daryl was a badass, and Paz, I love her. She's like one of my favorite characters now on The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon series in general. She's one of the top. Yeah, I really like their characters in general, and I hope we get to see more of them, but I don't know. But yeah, Daryl's totally a badass in that, with the scene with Carol and Antonio's son and him in a situation with all these walkers, and Christina, the girl, coming out, and Daryl will shoot these walkers so he wouldn't hurt the people per se. But yeah, other than that, I liked episode 5. It was really, really cool. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty much based off on Daryl, of him going to the journey of to Barcelona. Him in the desert looked like Wild Wild West type scenario. Him on the bike, come across these people. This looked creepy as hell. With the dude, they like the group with the person on the train, and I thought that was pretty cool. The train was pulled by walkers and stuff, so I thought that was pretty awesome. We come across this community that have some kind of disform. I think I ain't for sure what they call that, but they was really nice people. They was really getting take advantage of for the people on the train was to taking their water and stuff, and they wanted to help Daryl, and Daryl took these people out so they can get their water back. And other than that, I really enjoyed it. It was just like 10 out of 10 of Daryl being another badass moment, and got some more of Daryl's flashbacks and stuff. And that creepy ass man with his eyes goes out. I'm like, what the fuck? Episode 4. So going off of episode 3, I was kind of nervous. I was like, please don't let this come out. But episode 4 was we finally beginning of the action fat pack with these people with the horns, whatever you call them, group hacks the town and stuff, and everybody just being badasses and just try to take these out. Reddy, I just calmed the mayor dude. He gets injured. Carol's like helping him out. That other dude was pretty awesome. I just think these characters that they showed highlight more. They're with badass and stuff and all that, and then they're just making their journey to try to get the boy back because he somehow escapes and goes finds the girl. So, but other than that, I really enjoyed just finally getting some action scene after the first 3 episodes. My favorite episode out of the Daryl Dixon season 3, it has to be episode 6. We get to see Daryl and Paz working together, and like I said, I really enjoyed their friendship and stuff. They work perfectly together. They go in Barcelona. They meet this group that Paz had came across was when the outbreak happened. Paz and this group and Daryl almost succeed to save the girl and Paz's girlfriend and stuff, but it was really failed and stuff. But the big highlight out of this episode in general was Antonio's backstory with when the little boy, his son was little, his wife, and when the outbreak begins. Reason why he enjoyed filming and stuff, and with the whole bond scene, and his wife died, and like I said, the outbreak. And Antonio is probably one of my top favorite characters, and so far in the Spain sides Paz they're the 2 top favorite characters. Overall, I enjoyed these 7 episodes. If you just look past episode 1, 2, and 3, I think it was is okay. I was regretting it when after episode 3 was aired. I was like, I hope the other 4 was not going to be disappointed, but I was totally wrong. Episode 4, 5, 6, and 7 were really good, and there was some highlights I really enjoyed more than other highlights at the end. But yeah, I have a review of this season 3, and I will link it in the description below. But if you have not seen the other content related to season 3, they are a playlist. All the reactions, all the reviews, and other discussion to talk about season 3 of the Daryl Dixon. If you're new to my channel, like what you see, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell, keep up with new videos, and I will check you guys out in my next video.